Kola walked into a microfinance bank and came out with a loan so painful he could still feel it in his bones. The moment Evelyn heard the money had landed, she transformed. Her eyes lit up like she just received a alert from heaven. Wonderful! Kola, you will not regret this. Kola already regretted it. The next morning, she marched to the market like a woman on assignment. She bought a long bone-straight wig, 2 gold-colored handbags, shoes that could injure ankles, Christmas clothes for the children, matching sets of course, outfits for herself, both casual and village slay queen, a black kaftan for Kola, and jewelry sets shiny enough to blind everyone. She did not stop there. No, 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 she declared. Driver, follow me to the next market. By evening, bags had filled the entire sitting room. Beads, lace, perfume, gele, makeup kit. Evelyn did not come to play. She stood proudly in the middle of the room, hands on hips. Now, this is how a family should look for Christmas. Kola stood quietly at the door, watching the money he hadn't finished borrowing disappear in one day. 1 week later, it was time to travel. Did Evelyn allow them to carry their box and enter bus like normal people? Never. She booked a private car, a tinted one with AC so cold it could freeze a problem. After all, in-drive is there for a reason. We cannot be going out on Christmas looking like we don't have a car. By 6 a.m., their bags were packed. Evelyn stepped out wearing her new wig, sunglasses, designer slippers, and a confidence she did not buy. Neighbors peeked through their windows. Evelyn smiled and waved like a politician. Driver, play something soft, Evelyn commanded. As the car pulled out of the street, she smiled victoriously. This Christmas, I will show them. Kola looked out through the window. Deep down, he whispered to himself, may God help me survive what is coming. And truly, he had no idea the storm this Christmas was about to bring. Immediately they reached the village, Evelyn transformed.
Please, oh, help us unload everything from the boot. I cannot break these nails. I did them for 50,000 naira. Nobody asked how, but Evelyn must announce her importance. Villagers gathered, whispering, Evelyn is shining this year. Oh. Did they buy new car? Money is showing. And instead of keeping quiet, Evelyn smiled sweetly and lied with confidence. Oh, the car? Our own car got spoiled 2 days ago. The dealer had to borrow us this one so we won't miss Christmas. Borrow? The vehicle didn't even know them before that day. But Evelyn didn't care. It was December, her season to oppress. Anytime they wanted to go anywhere, even if it was just 2 compounds away, Evelyn would bring out her phone. Kola, book in drive. Quick, people are watching. Meanwhile, the last card in Kola's wallet had already cried tears. Everything he borrowed from the microfinance bank was now in Evelyn's handbag, and Evelyn was controlling the ministry. One afternoon, Evelyn finally met her rival, Alice, the woman who arrived earlier with an SUV. Alice hugged her warmly. Evelyn, you are glowing. Did you see my new car? Evelyn adjusted her wig, cleared her throat, and lied with premium confidence. Alice, we saw that exact car when we wanted to buy ours, but someone warned us the engine doesn't last. We bought another one, but we didn't want to bring it home. Bad roads everywhere. We can't risk it. Evelyn attended every party in the village. Child dedication, naming ceremony, traditional wedding, burial, even meetings she wasn't invited to. She bought drinks, sprayed money she didn't have, wore new outfits daily. By the 31st of December, the money had finished. By the 1st, Kola was checking bag pockets, hoping 1,000 naira would appear by miracle. By the 3rd, Evelyn sat down, quietly calculating. When it was time to return to Lagos, Evelyn called Kola aside. Kola, we must leave this village very early in the morning, before anybody wakes. I don't want them to see us inside tricycle. Even the private car they arrived with, no more money to book it again. So, by 4:30 a.m., before the cock even stretched its neck to crow, Evelyn and her family carried their bags and tiptoed out of the village like thieves. Inside the bus back to Lagos, Kola sat by the window, staring outside, his soul floating somewhere between shame and regret. 6 months debt from the microfinance bank, 0 savings, January school fees waiting, food money finished, transport money gone. Evelyn slept peacefully, wig shifted to one side, nails still shining, dreaming of the next Christmas oppressing. Kola just sighed deeply. God, what kind of trouble have I allowed into my life? When they returned to Lagos, reality welcomed them at the door like cold harmattan breeze. There was no food in the house, not even breadcrumbs. Kola had to swallow his pride and call a friend. Abego, just help me with small money so my children won't sleep hungry. The man sent something out of pity. By the second week, the children were sent home from school. School fees unpaid. Uniform levies unpaid. PTA fees forgotten. The school term rolled by and the children stayed home for almost the entire term. Evelyn would sit on the bed, staring blankly at the wall, reality beating her like drum. All the things she bought for Christmas, the shiny bags, the glittering shoes, the cheap designer clothes, all useless. No resale value, no money back guarantee. Meanwhile, Alice was still living the soft life. Every week, new post, new iPhone 16 Pro Max, quick Dubai getaway, outfit of the day, Chanel and Dior. And right there, as she swiped through Alice's status, Evelyn finally realized she had been competing with someone who had multiple businesses bringing in massive income, while she was borrowing money just to look like she belonged. Rent was almost due, the loan interest had grown wings and was flying to heaven. Kola was getting thinner by the day. He barely spoke to Evelyn. Whenever she entered the room, he quietly stood up and left. Their home was no longer peaceful. It was tension wrapped in silence. One night, when Gary became their breakfast, lunch and dinner, Evelyn broke. She cried like someone pouring water from bucket, wiped her tears, picked her phone and did the unthinkable. She called Alice. Her fingers shook as she spoke. Alice, please help me. I'm in trouble. Alice was quiet as Evelyn confessed the entire story. The loans, the pressure, the lies, the suffering, the shame. When Evelyn finished, expecting insults, Alice sighed softly and said, Evelyn, I knew. I knew you were pretending. I knew you didn't have a car. I knew the designer bag was from Mushin. I knew everything, but I kept quiet. Evelyn burst into fresh tears. But Alice wasn't done. I will give you the money, and you don't need to pay me back. Evelyn screamed, God bless you, God bless you. But Alice laughed. That's not all. I'm buying you a good phone, a laptop, and I'll pay for an online course. You don't like stress? Fine. Learn a skill. Work from home. Stop living your life to impress people. Start living it to improve yourself. Evelyn cried until her eyes almost disappeared. When she told Kola, at first he ignored her. Then Evelyn did something she had never done in her marriage. She knelt down. Kola, I am sorry for everything, for dragging you into debt, for stressing you, for chasing pressure, for using your peace as sacrifice. And for the first time in many months, Kola's face softened. He sighed deeply. Evelyn, just make sure this never happens again. They hugged. The home breathed again. Alice sent the money the next morning. They paid off the microfinance loan in full. They bought food, paid school fees. Life slowly returned to normal. And Evelyn, she changed. She took the online course Alice paid for, became skilled, got clients, started earning. In fact, within months, she was earning more than Kola. But now, she understood the value of money. No more unnecessary wigs, no more show-off clothes, no more let me impress village people, no more pressure. She started saving, investing, building something real. She became the kind of woman she always envied. Not because of appearance, but because of character. In the end, Evelyn learned her lesson. Trying to impress outsiders is the fastest way to disgrace yourself. But building your own life quietly, that's where true wealth lives.